Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyrim. Alright, so we are back with Draco, our Breton character, with Marcario. On a side note, I wanted to kind of let you guys know, if you do watch this video, I don't know, like, I don't get a lot of views on my videos. To be fair, I know that's kind of like a requirement for being in the YouTube partner program, which is what I want to be in someday. But so YouTube, and I guess I got this from vidIQ, like literally a few minutes ago, and I guess they are just learning about this on the fly. According to YouTube, they are upping the requirements for being in the YouTube partner program, because I guess because so many people upload on YouTube now, and so many people watch YouTube now, especially on TV. So if you were in the YouTube partner program, then you would know that the requirements were 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and then they introduced shorts, and I think it was like 10 million qualified hours of shorts, or whatever the case was. Now that's going to be 8,000 qualified watch hours and 20 million qualified shorts, or whatever the case is. So yeah, but obviously the 1,000 subscribers is still going to be unchanged. Now, another thing that is unchanged, if you weren't in the loop, maybe you are, maybe you aren't, YouTube rolled out, like, and I was one of those people that kind of like they allowed to have, but they had like a kind of like YouTube Lite, kind of, sort of, where it was like 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, and like however many shorts. Actually, I can actually look that up right now. Because I actually can't remember what the qualified for YouTube Lite was. So yeah, three videos uploaded, 3,000 watch hours, and then 3 million qualified shorts views. And then obviously, if you were to get into the YouTube partner program for ad revenue, you would need 1,000 watch hours, or 1,000 subscribers, not 1,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers, and then 4,000 qualified watch hours, and then 10 million qualified shorts views. I think that's, and this was like, and obviously the YouTube Lite, I guess, which is like you get super thanks, super stickers, and everything like that, according to what I've learned. Yeah. So obviously I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. So leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like the content you like and stuff like that. I talk a lot about games and stuff, and gaming companies, obviously, with the stupidity that they do, but I also support the companies that do a good job. So, but yeah, yeah. So, let's see. There was what was it? Let's see. New YouTube requirements. Not to YouTube. YouTube Okay, so here it is. Early access, fan funding only, 500 subscribers, 3 public watch hours, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, it hasn't gone into it. Like I said, this won't go into effect until and obviously this is like in the past 90 days. Okay, here it is. Where is it? Beginning February 1st, 2027, new creators will need 8,000 qualified watch hours over the previous year, or 20 million qualified shorts. And that's or, the big question here, the big word here. Shorts views within 90 days to earn advertising and YouTube premium revenue. The company announced August 10th. So obviously, you have a little bit to go if you wanted to get qualified for the YouTube Partner Program and stuff like that. So, but yeah. But what we are going to do is we are actually going to start actually we are going to start the main quest finally, because I think it is about that time that we introduce dragons. And we're going to wreck these bandits, because why? Because reason.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
But yeah, we're going to start the main quest finally, because I think it is time. Why? I don't know. Because I think it's been long enough that I have dilly-dallied enough. But yeah, so that's just a little YouTube news. Personally, I've done this for, come October, I've done this for about 4 years. I don't get much views on my videos. Because I think what the content that I do is not appealing to most people, then that's fine, you know, and I get that, you know, I get that, right? I do my own thing, I always have, but sometimes that is not, sometimes doing your own thing isn't always a good thing for YouTube. So, you know, sometimes you got to go with the flow. Don't edit any of my content, and if that's not something that people like, or, you know, unedited raw content, although I did ask, like, I think this was like a while ago, I did end up asking people, asking what audience I had at the time, which was like, I can't remember how many subscribers I had, but I asked you guys, and I'm going to ask again, what do you guys prefer? Do you like edited content, scripted edited content, or do you like unedited content? Let me know down in the comment section below. I know not everybody likes or uses the comment section or whatever, at least in my audience doesn't, because I think they just watch on their TV and stuff. But let me know. Because I think people, especially in my audience, they watch on their TV, at least to my analytics. That's fine, right? But I do really encourage you guys to let me know down in the comment section below, is like, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer edited content, or do you prefer unedited content? Because I'm genuinely curious, because I think, you know, asking these questions is a good thing, right? To ask about, to ask what your audience likes and what your audience doesn't like. And I think that, you know, if you as a creator, new creator or old creator, or current creator, whatever, doesn't know, like, if your audience doesn't communicate to you, then what's the point of having an audience, in my opinion, right? If you don't communicate to your audience, and your audience doesn't communicate to you, what's the point in having an audience? You know, what's the point in having, you know, an audience if you don't communicate with each other? I feel like being transparent with your audience is always a good thing, and I think that's, personally, I think it's a good thing. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna read the Adventures Journal. I'm not gonna read it, but I'm just gonna open it up. That'll. But yeah, I think that's what I appreciate more about, you know, like creators like Markiplier and Moist Critical, well, Moist Critical to a point, but like Jacksepticeye and everybody, like they are very transparent with their audience. And like PewDiePie, when he did create content, he was very transparent. He always, you know, he always, for the most part, he always, you know, let his audience know what he was doing and stuff like that. And I think that is kind of lost on YouTube. In all honesty, there are certain creators that are like, oh yeah, I appreciate him. He's very, you know, he lets us know things, right? Jacksepticeye especially. I've never seen a Jacksepticeye video, but there are creators that are like, they let them know, they let their audiences know, and I think that is a rarity now. These books, I think I have most of these, I think. Yeah. But yeah. But anyways, let me know. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think and stuff. Obviously, I personally am trying to be as transparent, and I don't have this book. Need to unlock all of this, but I'm doing it anyways. Why? Because I want to. And look, I understand, like, people are going to skip around the video to get to the best parts. I get that, right? It's like, you know, and maybe YouTube puts ads on this video. I can't control that. I don't have ads on my ad revenue on this video. I don't run ads on my channel. You know, any of my earlier content, right? If you look at it, right, it's like it has ads. It's like, dude, I don't run ads. That was YouTube's doing. That was YouTube's doing, not me. You know, and I think, you know, again, that's something that I can't control. If YouTube decides to put ads on my video, I can't control that. You know, I personally don't run ads on my channel, even if it's sponsored, right? I don't, because I know there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of shady people, you know, trying to gain money from the audience. And look, again, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about. This is the kind of stuff that I like talking about and stuff. Fuck me. You kidding me? But yeah, and that's just something that I personally think about, and I think about that a lot and stuff. And it's like, that's life. I don't think, but yeah, like I said, that's just my personal opinion. Don't have to agree with it, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. But I think being transparent with any audience, even if it's, and like, I guess there's like a fine line, right? There's like a fine line where, there's a fine line where it's like, are you really trying to, being transparent, or are you just being an asshole, right? Like I said, let me know, guys, please. I really do want to hear from you, and I know it's been a long time, and I'm sure you're kind of tired of my Let's Plays and stuff, because I know a lot of you, or at least the vast majority of you, where it came from the house showcase days when I used to do house showcases and stuff. I don't do that anymore, and I tried to get back into it. Believe me, I did. I really did. But it's just not something that I want to do. I want to do video game Let's Plays. I want to do video game Let's Plays. I want to just chill out, relax, do a little bit of reactions on occasion, and yeah. If you don't like that, then I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that. Is there a bear in here? You're supposed to be injured, Hadvar. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, you guys like house showcases because, I still get comments on those house showcases, and I appreciate all those comments, but it's like, I'm gonna be very honest with you, dude. I don't do them anymore, and there's a reason for that. They were just too much. They were just too much. I personally don't do them anymore because I don't want to download a bunch of houses that I also have to do, eventually, and be like, to do this, I have to do that, then I have to, schedule, or then I have to plan a playthrough around all that so that, I don't have to do all that. I have to plan around it. I don't want to do that. I personally don't want to do that. So that's something that you guys don't want to hear from me. Well, then I'm sorry. I can't help you. Bruh. What are you doing, Marcurio?
I've got your back. Very well. Travel safe.
They'll figure it out. But yeah, I really did want to eventually go back to house showcases and stuff, but personally, it's not something that I'm interested in anymore. And if that's not something to your liking, I'm sorry. I've never been one for views, right? I know views are something that YouTube is really harping on right now, but personally, I've never cared about views, never talked about views. Now I know it's a topic that are like, I've never cared about views. If I grow, I grow, right? If I grow, I grow. If people watch my videos because they want to watch my videos, not because they have to, but because they want to, but because they see something that is interesting to them and that is appealing to them, right? And they say, oh yeah, I like this guy. This guy's chill, or this guy's entertaining, or this guy's whatever you want to say, right? I never cared about views. Never have. I never looked at YouTube as like a view count, right? I never did that. Even on when I'm streaming, I never cared about views. I still do the same kind of content that I've always done. And it's not something that I personally cared about. You know, if someone shows up to my streams, if someone shows up to my streams
I don't think we should stick around to see.
and just ends up leaving, well, then I know they just don't find my content really, you know. Like for example, when I first start my YouTube stream, there are people that's like, you know, they go and they come and they leave, right? I don't know if those are like bots or whatever, but I don't know if those are like bots or whatever they are, but obviously someone is clicking on the video, right? Someone is clicking on the video and stuff like that. So they are clicking on the video because they're obviously interested in it. But what? Oh. You can die now.
You won't get the best of me.
Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so I already have these. But yeah, and like obviously if you're not gonna, if you don't want to watch the video, then don't watch the video. I got a comment recently on one of the videos that I made, which was me leaving ESO. I'm just gonna say it. It's like, look, it's like, why would I give a fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Then don't watch the fucking video, dude, if you don't care. Not gonna fucking hurt me. Not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. And I think that's just something that I personally feel. There. Want to watch the video? If you don't care, if you don't give a fuck, then hey, watch the video. I think there is a market, you know? Get wrecked. But yeah, so that's how I personally feel. If you don't like the video, if you don't like the content that I watch and everything, I even told him, I was like, dude, then don't watch the video, my dude, if you truly don't give a fuck. He used the colorful language that he used. So there. You know, and I don't think he, I think he left. And I'm like, okay, bye-bye. You know? I'm not going to be one to shy away from saying stuff how I feel and stuff.
Whatever you need. By Hadvar? How do you know him? I'd be glad to help a friend of Hadvar, but you didn't answer my question. How do you know him? What?
But yeah, I just, like I said, that's how I've always felt. Like, I'm not going to be shy, or I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to feel bad about,
the dragon?
I'm not going to feel bad about the things that I say and stuff. It's not going to, you know, hurt me.
First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say.
And if this video comes out and it does poorly, oh well. But I don't want that, obviously. But like I said, I don't care about views. I don't like you. Yeah, I don't care about views. I've never cared about views.
I'll be in your debt.
All right. Actually, hold on.
Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to whatever you need.
All right. But yeah, I think that's just what I feel.
The Riverwood Trader is everything you need. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Poisons.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in.
It's gonna be a shorter episode, but I just wanted to get this out of the way.
One thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw. You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town.
So this is your plan?
Don't know, don't care. How about that?
Alvar, hello.
Hadvar! Thank Talos. Your friend told me about Helgen.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got
This
a
is
clean
an
mug
ode to
around here
Skyrim's
somewhere.
You're that
staunch
visitor been
retainers.
poking around.
Yes, I've been poking
got
around a
rooms
lot
and
of it.
food.
Isn't it?
Drink
Alright.
too.
Drink
I
to
cook.
our youth,
Ah.
days come and gone. For the age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
Until next time.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
You
The
promised me
day
you'd
of
leave the
your
entrance
death,
way.
we will drink and we'll sing.
Wait, let me guess. You'll get to it later.
Children of
Don't I always?
Skyrim, and we fight all
I don't
our
suppose I could
lives.
convince you to take care of it now.
Feindal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me. She's
Well,
already mine, I
There's
keep telling
something to be said for honesty, I suppose.
Actually. Yeah, why not? What is happening, my friends? Missed. Erect. Right in them. Maybe. Maybe this isn't going to be a short episode. I don't know.
What was that?
Must be my imagination. Huh?
There we go.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Haknir? Bjorn? Soling? I know I ran with the law, but I need help. No, not again! Help! Get me out of here! Get me down! Get me down! Help me! Help! It's coming loose. I can feel it. Oh!
Go. Wasn't even aiming at him. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Bring the claw to Lucan, and then I'm gonna steal it back. Why? Because I can. Ceremonial greatsword. I think that. What are these golden stuff? And they're worth a lot of money. Worth a shit ton of money. I don't know what mod I had. What mod I installed that adds those. No. I don't know. Oh, good. Dragon feeding ground. You know, I know Camel works. Well, obviously before he inevitably passed, or he passed away this year. He did a video a while ago. The area of Falkreath. Rest in peace to that man, by the way. And he talked about you know, it's like, oh yeah, like I like for a long time, like this was like a area that nobody could figure out what it was, and it's like, well, I think I figured it out. But it's like, because I think he was like, bruh, because it was like one of those, get wrecked. It was one of those things where he, because there was a rabbit that was scripted to be there, and I guess it had like a bunch of bones, bloody bones, which he could be right about this. I don't know. I watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail years ago. Like, this was like obviously like a long ass time ago, when like I was really young and stuff. And to a degree, it was very funny and it was very hilarious, right? And it was funny, you know. And one of the things that was in the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, do I have? I do not. Was the bunny, right? The bunny of death, I call it, because in that movie, the bunny basically like slaughters everybody, and it was like, kind of like a little omen, I guess you could say. But yeah, so it was like one of those things where it was like, you know, plausible. So I do want to get, because I didn't know this, but thanks to Tuver4, he shout out to him for pointing this out, because I would have never found this fucking thing. I wouldn't even known this. Here, meteorite. But he also did say, let's actually take this person out, and I know I'm gonna get canned for this, but essentially they're the mod that I have, and everything, which I think it's called Skyrim's Unique Treasure. is void. It's like irrelevant now. It's like, so if you have Skyrim unique treasure mod installed and you have Legacy of the Dragonborn, you don't need it, I guess. But yeah, so there's that. But yeah, all the, like this is a unique treasure, I guess. And is like pretty much irrelevant at this point. And I figured out what these poisons were. They were for Anise. Because apparently Bethesda was like, oh yeah, you might have difficulty with her because she is a mage and mages are, you know, a pain in the fucking ass to deal with. You know? Just something to keep in mind. I'm like, thanks, Bethesda. Thanks. Appreciate it. And then, so let's actually go to Riverwood. I don't know if I'll keep Sanguine Symphony. I don't know. I don't know. Because I like it. It's a good thing. It's a good mod. It's a great mod.
You found it. I'm gonna put this back where it
Yeah.
belongs.
Yeah, just
I'll never
take the
forget
fucking
this.
golden claw so I
You've
can
done a
seal it
great
back.
thing for me and my sister.
Anyways. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. I don't know if I'll keep Northern Roads. Yeah, I don't know. Something that I'm actually contemplating on keeping and stuff because I think I like it and all. It's a really good thing. I don't have any patches for it because I'm using Dirt Roads for Skyrim by Bruv Rom. Oh yeah. Because it does it. Because the thing about it is that, I might actually run into issues later on down the line. Anyways, guys, I will catch you all later. Hopefully you enjoyed what I had to. Hopefully you found what I had to say, you know, somewhat relatable and stuff. But that's just how I feel. You know, anything that I say, you know, it's how I feel. You know, it's how I'm. It's how I've always been and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Have a good morning or afternoon or evening or night if you're asleep or if you're going to bed and stuff like that. I'll catch you later. Have a good one.